Yo, welcome to another Speaker Geeker podcast. Yeah. Y'all understand later why I drew that. I sung that. I sung that from the soul.
From your diaphragm.
Yeah, all down in, here.
All
in my
there.
Bottom half of my body. Yo, man, we got a great episode today. But man, first and foremost, how's everything been going, man?
Man, everything been good, man. I'm tripping off you, man. Yeah, like you said, man. I'm the other half of the Derby Boyz, Tommy T, man, and that's my host with the most, Stevo Steve, man.
What up, though?
Oh man, the singer.
Yeah. Let's get to it.
So this week's episode, man, I'm excited about this one because I was introduced to this artist maybe 6-7 months ago by Greg. And she came out with an album. And so we're going to review this self-titled album by Lianne La Havas.
Lianne La Havas. Yeah. Yo, yes. Hey, man, I found out some interesting facts about her, too.
What'd you find out?
For one, she is the protege, of Prince.
I didn't know.
Long live the great Prince. Yeah, I read that somewhere. Like she was like Prince's, she came up under Prince. Yeah. Also, she hasn't released the album since 2015. It took her a good amount of time before she got to this album to gain. And she didn't gain inspiration until like 2019. Yeah. And that was after like she was like on tour with Coldplay and all of that. Yeah. So, man, she been really doing a thing. I honestly had no clue of who she is until now.
Bro, until like Greg said something about her, because Greg was listening to her, and he was on the podcast talking about her one time. And, I checked her out or whatnot. But then when this album came out, and I was like, man, let's go ahead and review it. So,
yeah, I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah, we checked that out. I got my notes here, man.
Wrote some notes in my head, man.
Man. But no, man, she's amazing. This is her third studio album.
Yes.
And it's self-titled, like I said, Lianne La Havas. Self-titled album. She's a singer, songwriter, composer, guitarist. She didn't start playing the guitar till she turned 18, so that's pretty cool. Been writing songs since she was like 11. She's coming out of England, so. And I think the cool part about that, man, you can't really hear. You can hear it, but you can't really hear it.
Yeah,
her accent in her songs.
Yeah, I probably would never know if you didn't say it. Yeah.
So, well, let's get right into the album, man. What was some of your favorite songs, man, that you checked out?
So, my favorite song is Green Papaya. That's my favorite record on here. But other than that, I only really have two other songs that I really like, which is Please Don't Make Me Cry and 7 Times. I
like you could like 7 times.
I like Bittersweet, but it's the intro. I like it, but I think I like it for what it reminds me of.
What song does it remind you of?
It was a Jay-Z song.
Yeah, it was a Jay-Z song.
Yeah, it's a Jay-Z song, but it's also Anthony Hamilton did a song that has a beat sort of like that. And then also it's somewhere in there, I want to say they use like the bass from one of DMX's songs. Yeah. I can't remember which one, but yeah, I think that's why I like it. But the other song that I want to be my favorite is it's either Courage or Sunflower, but I think it's Sour Flower. I mean,
Sour Flower. Yeah,
I feel like the chorus where like she's really getting off at on there is what I like, but other than that, I don't really like the rest of it.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for me, man. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. What's yours?
Man, Please Don't Make Me Cry.
Okay,
I was digging that one. Paper Thin. Gotcha. I like that one, and Bittersweet. Okay. And I like that one because of that, like you said, because of the beat. And I recognized the beat. I just didn't know where it came from. And I looked it up and I saw it was like Isaac Hayes.
Yeah.
Black Moses album. I always thought that was a classic album, man. Listening to it and stuff like that. So those were my favorite. Paper Thin is just a nice little cool beat. And it's smooth. You know what I'm saying? Please Don't Make Me Cry. That was just one that just stuck out to me.
Yeah.
You know, so
absolutely.
I enjoyed that. The rest of like the what was it, Sour Flower? What is it?
Sour Flower?
Yeah. I like that one, man. Like I actually like the album. I'm trying to Courage, one of them, either Courage or Sour Flower had a long like outro to it.
That's Sour Flower.
That was Sour Flower. I really enjoyed that because the instrumentation in this whole album, man, is amazing. She had guitar, bass, percussion, violins. She had a flute in there in one of the songs and stuff like that. Just like, you know how I feel about like instrumentation, man. Just that live music, that live feel. I really enjoy that. So that's one of the things that attracted me to this album or whatnot. And then her voice is another thing, man.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed her voice.
She can definitely sing.
Oh yeah, she can definitely sing.
Absolutely. Man. She got them vocals, buddy.
Yeah, bro.
For sure.
I did want to talk about one of the songs, Bittersweet. I'm trying to pull up the lyrics here. But I think that song, I was kind of confused at where she was going with it at first.
Yeah.
You know, no more hanging around. Now my sun's going down, telling me something isn't right. Something isn't right. Bittersweet summer rain, I'm born again. All my broken pieces. Bittersweet summer rain, I'm born again. Oh, no more hanging around, telling me something isn't right. I was like, man, is she breaking up with somebody, or is it like, is something going, like, you know, like, is it she just in a bad spot or what?
It's very interesting with that one. She actually says that it was a song that she started like a long time ago.
Yeah.
And she said actually if the album wasn't, you know, self-titled, it would be called Bittersweet, because she believes that the entire album is bittersweet. Yeah. And she kind of says that it's, you know, it's just, so it was left appropriately to start with on the album. So, and she was like, and this is pretty much what she said, I really like poetry, and I was influenced by some of the poetry I was reading at the time, and the idea of repeating a word to give it this whole different meaning is what she pretty much talked about with Bittersweet. So yeah, I think it's just like, I don't know if she was actually breaking up with a person or whatnot, but I think it was just pretty much, you know, the act of, you know, how stuff feels, you know, when it's bittersweet, possibly. You know, if bittersweet was an action, I guess, you know, then that's what would be the song. Yeah, absolutely. And that's it.
No, I think she did. She definitely like the poetry part, man. I definitely like that, you know, about how she put the words together and stuff. I didn't know that she had been working on this for a while. You know, as far as like starting and stopping, I'm assuming. But like it's just, you know, just kind of reading through some of the lyrics now, you know, I slept all Friday and he couldn't get through. If we're good tomorrow, does that make it true? Not completely. We're picking that fight every day. This shit's going nowhere, baby. That's what I was like, man, they must be breaking up for real.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it. That's the idea of when you figure out this ain't, you know, when you make the conscious decision that this is not where I want to be. Yeah. You know, I think that was that moment right there.
Yeah, and I think in a deeper sense, I don't think it was necessarily about a person. I think it could have been, you know, on the surface level, but I think now knowing the history behind the album, how she actually, so she released that her second album 2015, and then for 2 years she toured.
Yeah,
and then in that 2 years, like she was gonna start writing, and then 2 years later, like she hadn't written anything because she had no inspiration to do so. And she was like, yeah, I felt I just needed to, live my life. And then in 2019 is when she gained the inspiration to write this album. So I kind of look at that situation. I'm like, that might be the bittersweet sweet moment where, after touring, she comes back to try to write this album only to have like nothing.
Yeah.
And probably question herself, like, where are we going? Where am I going with this? Will there be a third album? Should I just, live life and let it come to me and gain inspiration? I think that, I think that's why that record really stuck out. And the beat as well, but
yeah,
I think Bittersweet is perfect for it. I think even though it resembles probably a relationship with someone, which I'm sure she probably had in, that 2 year span of living.
Yeah.
So she probably gained inspiration from that. But I think some of it was probably, say musically as well. Because that's tough to have writer's block. That sucks.
Yeah. I ain't had that before, man. Trying to write papers, man.
Absolutely. You just come to a brick wall.
Like, man, I don't have it anymore, but you got 18 pages left. You're like, Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
Man, just curious, man. While you were listening to this, what type of feel did you have with the album, and what type of energy and vibe did it give?
So, all right, so that's a great question, and it's gonna be a long answer because I had to get to the point. I had to get to this point because when I first listened to the album in the car, it didn't pass the car test. I thought it was boring as hell. I'm just being honest.
Hey, that's how I felt about Chilombo, Janae Aiko.
Oh yeah,
like it was like a few songs on there, and then like after a while, it was like this has been one long track, man.
Yeah, like I didn't even make it through the entire album. I was like, oh crap. I was like, oh, I'm about to dump all on this album when we talk about it. So what I did was, instead of, I took a break from it, and then I came home and I listened to it in a different setting in the car. And as to all the fans who listen to the podcast and to everybody that's new, a lot of people know that at dinner time we put on music in my house and we talk and we enjoy music and eat. So I put it on for dinner and listened to it with my wife, and she was listening. She was like, yeah, it's okay. And when I listened to it, then I was like, all right, maybe it's getting a little better since I'm getting to that a second time into it. And we both agreed that it was just smooth and that it was giving that Jill Scott, that Music Soul Trial, that Sade feel. But I still wasn't there yet. I still was like, I don't know. So then I had to do I got into a different scenario. I listened to it in a different way. So I put it on, I put my Beats headphones on, and I just put the album on while I was, just having, my little alone time. And that's when it clicked, and I was like, okay, this is cool. This is definitely smooth. I enjoyed now, is this something that I'm gonna go back to? Probably not. But as I explained to my wife, if the song, if a song came on, I'd be like, hey man, yeah, that's that. You know what I'm saying? That was from that latest album. Like, it's not something I put on every day, but if a song come on, I'm gonna enjoy it. So that's kind of how I ended up getting to this period where I'm like, it's a smooth album to enjoy, in a certain area. So yeah, that's kind of how I got to that. It's smooth. What did you think? What was yours?
Like you said, man, I tried to play it in the car. I installed my CD player.
Did you let it keep yourself?
Nah, I didn't, man. I unhooked the battery and I was like, I'm good, man.
Good job.
But now, I put it in the, played it in the car. I made it to the driveway and I had to change it. But
goodness gracious.
So nah, like it's like I couldn't ride to it, but
Yeah.
I knew that I listened to it while I was at work. Like when it came out, I'd listen to it then.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew what type of album it was or what type of vibe it was gonna give. So like come home, I cook to it, I work, have some type of music playing in the background. I study with it on with my schoolwork or whatnot, and that's how I engaged that album. You know what I'm saying, or how I was able to engage the album because I had to be doing something else to engage it. I even tried playing the game with playing it, and I was like, I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? So
it's had to figure out what fits.
Right. Where does this song, this album fit? Because sonically, the album sounds great to me.
Oh yeah, it sounds amazing.
Sonically, it's what I'm looking for in an album. It's giving me the vibes of Alicia Keys. People say Alicia Keys can't sing, but I enjoy her voice.
Oh yeah, I enjoy Alicia Keys, but I think people right. She ain't
people are
singer.
people. People are people. But it puts you in a vibe of I can be out here, I can clean up, I can cook to it, I can study to it, I can do all these other things, but there's certain things I can't do with it. And I think she's that type of artist anyway. You hear a lot of instrumentation, like I said earlier, throughout this album, and that's the stuff that you want to visualize when you're listening to it. I could visualize the instruments that's playing. You know what I'm saying? So that was the thing for me and this album. And I was always curious to see like what was your take gonna be on it? I was curious too. I always thought, man, like I was like, I don't know how Steve gonna react to this one, man.
I'm glad we actually gave more time, and I've said it before, man. We got to learn to live with an album, because I may hate it, a week or two, and then like a couple months later, I'll be like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
So having a chance to kind of live with the album for a little bit of time and get into those, figure out where it fits and how it speaks to me.
Yeah.
Then although like really those 4 songs, I say 4.5 because Sour Flower had a slow start, but when it got to that like chorus area, I was like, oh yeah, it's jamming.
Yeah.
And then I won't count the intro, but even though I don't like all of the songs, I only have a few that I like.
Yeah.
It's still solid. It's still a pretty good album.
One thing about it, man, when listening to it, I don't want to skip a song just because I feel like it's the way it's played or the track listing. The way it's listed to be played is the correct way to listen to it. Because skipping around, like, you got favorite songs that you like and songs that you don't like, but it flows with the order. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. It kind of like, this is the missing piece of the puzzle and it's supposed to go right here. So you just kind of like let the one track play, because for me, it does sound like one track.
Yeah. With
different climax. It's like listening to a play, a theatrical play.
Gotcha.
But you're just listening to it, and that's the way I approached it. Once I really started sitting down trying to listen to what the album is doing and really trying to get into it, it's like it's supposed to play that way. So,
and that was my thing. Like I played it straight through each time, but I did feel like it was one long track until I got to certain songs that I like. And I think that was the downside. Yeah. And then, I didn't skip to like certain songs that I like until after that third time that I played it.
Yeah.
Got into it. Because by that time, like I was like, okay, I want to go back to green papaya.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. So, yeah, I got you all the way.
Yeah. So with this album, bro, solid album from my standpoint. Didn't pass the car test for me either.
No.
But I do enjoy her as an artist. I do enjoy her as a singer, songwriting, compositions. I all from this album, man. I'm definitely gonna go back and listen to some of her older albums, just to kind of see the growth and where she was then. So, my book, this album was a solid album. You're probably not gonna listen to it in your car, but you definitely listen to it in the house. What's your take on it, bro?
Man, I think it was a smooth album. Once again, it didn't pass the car test for me at all. But I think if you find that setting where this album works, like say, it's early Sunday morning or Saturday morning, you clean up the house or you just need something smooth to enjoy, then I think this album will work when you're washing dishes or you're doing something to pass the time. I think that gives you time to really appreciate the album and take you off of, what you're doing, and kind of gives you a little feel. So for me, it's a smooth album. I'm not going to say it's completely solid because it does have those times where you feel like it's a long run-on sentence. But the tracks that I do enjoy, do I enjoy them? Absolutely. So I was saying, man, give it a try. I'm definitely going to go back and listen to an older stuff, because even though the album isn't going to be, something that I'm high up on, the fact that I can see her talent and I can appreciate that and her skill makes me want to go back and check out what she had before. Yeah. Especially that I know about her.
Right. True that.
Absolutely.
So guys, man, just check out the album, man. If you haven't checked her out, Lianne La Havas, it's a self-titled album. And just stream it. Stream it while you clean it, or stream it while you washing dishes or cooking or something like that. Do not try it in the car. Well, I guess you can listen to it in the car.
I guess it depends. If you're on like a long country road,
don't do it then, man, because
you might fall asleep.
Yeah. So, but check it out, and listen to more than just what she's saying. Listen to how the things were put together, because she showed true artistry within this album. So I think that's, for me, that's what does it. For me, it's the artistry inside of the album. And the climaxes and everything like that. So, solid album for me. Not so much for Steve.
Smooth album.
It's a smooth album.
Smooth.
But hey, it is what it is, man. Go check it out if you can, and if you can't, just try to. Because we always want people to hear new music, try out new music, and feel new music. So.
Man, and give us your take on it. If y'all like really, 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 really enjoyed it, then let us know. If you give it a worse rating than what we gave it, let us know. If you don't care,
let us know. We want to hear from you. But no,
absolutely.
You guys, I want to thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Speaker Geekers podcast. If you haven't already, please go subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button on YouTube. You can subscribe, hit the bell, follow us when it'll notify you when we're putting up a new episode or something new. You can find it on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at Speaker Geekers Podcast. Join the Derby Boyz in the discussion, man. This episode has been produced by 3Amp Media. And that's all I got, bro. What else do you have?
I mean, besides, what I can find is that on social media, me as the great Stevo Steve.
Oh, yeah.
With a DA.
With a DA.
And then you as Tommy T the Third.
I am Tommy T the Third.
Yeah. So
on Instagram,
you can find us. Yeah. And on Facebook, you can find me as Steve Smith. You can shuffle through all those folks.
And he's there.
I say one day, hey, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can change my social media name to Cold Sub. Simple. Cold Sub.
Hey, and people will find you.
Yeah.
They would definitely find you, man. That's too funny. But yeah, man. So I'm out, man. Peace.